Well, good evening, internets. It's me, DP Knudten, for another edition of Bookward Bound, my 301-day journey from I should really do this to done. And I'm getting kind of a late start tonight because I got sucked into YouTube. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm just watching a few things on YouTube, and up in the feed, the suggested feed that YouTube gave me, came an old favorite of mine. Have you ever seen Kung Fury? A 30-minute movie made by David Sandberg, in Sweden, that is just hilarious. I mean, just over the top hilarious. Well, I saw that and got sucked into the Kung Fury vortex. I mean, I watched that probably, I don't know, I want to say at least 5, maybe even 10 years ago. And you just have to see it to believe it. I mean, and you also have to have the mind of a 13-year-old boy who loves 1980s action films. If you're that person, you need to look up Kung Fury on YouTube and watch it. But that's not why I'm here. I'm not here to give you a little bit of a preview or a review of Kung Fury. I'm here to actually work on my book in one form or another. And it's later on a Sunday night, and so I'm not going to spend a lot of time. But I did want to touch base with you because last night I tried using a brand new program or service called Descript.com for creating transcripts of my podcast, my Nonfiction Brand podcast. Because in the past, when I'm doing little pull transcriptions for the book, like right here, hold on, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Down here, I had this pull quote from Stephanie Liu that I want to have in the book from episode 105, which, by the way, launches tomorrow on Monday. What is that? Monday, August 23rd or August 24th. This is a brand new episode. So normally in the past, I would just sit here and listen to it and manually transcribe the section I wanted to put in. And I was actually doing this, and Stephanie came on the live stream, or was in the audience on the live stream. Sorry, I got to open up Restream chat to see if anyone is going to chat tonight. But she came on and said, hey, do you know about Descript.com? And I'm like, no, I don't. So I thought I would check it out. And so I did. And take a look. It will go through, and it's not perfect, but it likes to say that its AI transcription service is about 96% correct. And from what I've seen, I think that's probably right. I mean, things like Melanie Diesel, that's not how she spells her name, I'll tell you that much. D-I-E-Z-E-L. D-E-I-Z-I-E-L. Hey, book hater. Nice to see that you think this is stupid. Appreciate your comment there. But anyway, Descript.com is very, very cool, especially if you need to do transcripts, because in the past, I do a half-hour episode every week of my podcast, and transcribing that is just something I'm not going to do. But if Descript.com can do it with a high degree of accuracy for a pretty low price, I mean, it'll do 10 hours of transcription for you for $15 a month. I'm thinking about that. Anyway, so what am I doing tonight other than this, other than checking out Descript.com? Well, I'm going to be taking a look at the Stephanie Liu section, because I literally spent the weekend editing her podcast episode. And so I know I want to say some things about her. Like so many people working in marketing, Stephanie Liu keeps her head on a swivel, monitoring the landscape for exciting new techniques, trends, and more. I want to go back even further. What do I want to say? Stephanie Liu and I share a similar professional background. Like me, she started her marketing career working in a traditional advertising agency setting. Like me, and was a high-performing engine for that agency. And then life intervened with the birth of her first child, and like many people, and all of a sudden the idea of working 50 to 55-hour weeks just didn't make a whole lot of sense. Her tenure in the agency her tenure in the agency gave her everything she needed to be successful. And she also had one other mandatory component. A belief in be successful as an successful in creating her own what is it called? Everything she needed to be successful in creating her own consulting firm. And she had one other mandatory personal component: a belief in herself, a firm belief that the work she did, a firm belief in herself, a firm belief had a couple of other mandatory personal component. Belief in herself. Affirm? No. Firm. I don't like firm. And also had a couple of other mandatory personal components. I'm going to leave firm. Firm. Confident. And believe in herself. And that work she did for huge brands nationally be deemed valuable, and that the work she did for huge brands nationally would be deemed valuable. Be deemed valuable by a variety of new clients. Was right. Is right. He started out the she capable of and offers a full menu of marketing, consulting services, she is fully capable she did something I think is tremendously savvy. She planted her brand flag in a then novel sub niche of marketing, which is gaining traction world. Video live streaming. I like live streaming as one word, not with a hyphen. But we're going to do the old internet check. Live streaming, is live stream one word or two words? There you go. Live stream is officially one word. AP Style now recognizes live stream as one word. There you go. So live streaming would be one word. Bada bang. Video live streaming. Stephanie Liu Consulting. IU Consulting. No. Co-founder, organizer. Flash player. Screw that. I don't open up anything in Flash anymore. Go to our about page and see. No, that's still Flash. No, I do not want to update. No way, no way. No. Oh, I'm quitting out of this. Video live streaming. I want to think about this. I'm looking through the transcription. Her business. Canon does clients on all aspects of social media execution and strategy. Stephanie loudly and proudly wears her live streaming hat wherever she goes. And this is want to write about. Want to make sure you understand the power of niching down. All right, so I need to see So this is Stephanie Liu. Need to see mention him a bunch of different places. It's giving me all the PATs. Okay, riches in the niches. Let's go back to Stephanie. Certainly applies here, but in slightly different ways than most might think. These use of live streaming and a tractor Stephanie's use of live streaming as an attractor and I gotta think about this. I'm not loving where this is going. So I'm going to close it down for tonight because, you know, I knew it wasn't going to be a long episode because I got started so late. But I did keep it going because the goal of this Bookward Bound, you know, take a look, 301 days of consecutive live streams. I got to keep my promise to you and to myself. So I did and didn't get that far tonight, although kind of I did. Because I've now got some new ideas for myself to chew on overnight and to add to the book perhaps tomorrow night. So that works out. And I guess the only thing left for me to say is that I'm DP Knudten of the Nonfiction Brand podcast, which comes out tomorrow. And tomorrow's episode happens to be the first of two featuring Stephanie Liu, who I'm writing about tonight. And you'll be able to meet her orally and find out how fantastic she is and how she's using live streaming to be kind of an attractor pole, not a tractor pull, but an attractor to bring people to her, and then she can sell the entire width of her services. But it's like stand for one thing and then sell a whole bunch of others because they know you and respect you for the one thing. In fact, I need to exactly write that into what I'm writing tonight. But anyway, that's it for me tonight. I'm going to say goodnight to you and say see you tomorrow. But until then, theme music, take us on out. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.